What's going on, Pokemon Go trainers? Welcome to episode 199 of Lured Up, the podcast where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. Lured Up is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Tuesday, November 2nd, 2021. I'm your host, Ken Pescatore, joined by my co-host, Adam Tuttle. Adam, yo, hello, what's up?
Yo, hello, friend that I saw recently.
Dude, I'm still not recovered.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to go to sleep for a few days.
Yeah, I totally felt it on my way to work on Monday. It was pretty bad. Like the whole drive there, I was like, I don't want to be driving right now after driving 7 hours to and from Philly. And then on the way back, I was like, oh man, I'm falling asleep. This is not good.
No. None of that. We'll kind of explain what we're talking about in a minute, but we've got a lot to talk about on today's show, but we'll keep it fast and loose. We'll recap the week. We had a lot of stuff going on. Of course, we had the Philadelphia Safari Zone. I know not everyone played that event, but we've definitely have plenty of stories to tell. We did release today a bonus episode that we actually recorded in Philadelphia together in person in front of a live studio audience. That's out today on the feed, so hopefully you checked out that bonus episode. But we did have the Philly Safari Zone. We've got Dia de Muertos that was today and yesterday. Cacnea Spotlight Hour today. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in the game. We'll talk about it. The Festival of Lights, that's going to be our next event, launches in a couple days. And then I kind of want to just have a casual, open discussion about the return of IRL events. I think this is a turning point for events, at least in the States, because this was like the first event in a really long time. So we'll get through all of it, but let's first start and we'll back up and we'll talk about Philly, because this was, man, maybe the most fun I've had in I don't know.
2 years.
Dude, in years. Honestly, I needed this weekend so incredibly bad. I feel completely, my body physically, I'm completely drained, but my heart, my mind, my emotion, I'm so reinvigorated with life. It's crazy. So, it was just amazing. So, of course, Philadelphia Safari Zone was this last weekend. Both Adam and I were there, along with a bunch of our friends from the community. We got this amazing Airbnb in the ghetto where people do hood rat shit. See, I'm doubling down on that. And it was fucking so nice, dude. It was really, really good. And it was everything we could have hoped for in a social experience. And Adam, correct me if I'm wrong here. The highlight of this weekend, it didn't even have anything to do with the game. This was really about our friends, meeting people, and just getting together. This was the first time I actually saw people in so long. It was really awesome.
I'm not going to correct you because you are completely correct.
It was awesome, and there's plenty to unpack. Like I said earlier, this was the first major real-life Pokemon Go event in the U.S. since 2019. The statistics did start to roll out from Pokemon Go. They said that there was tens of thousands of trainers around the world that played the event. In total, they walked over 260,000 kilometers, caught almost 4.5 million Pokemon, which is awesome. And, if you remember when this event was supposed to first happen, Rufflet was the hype shit. That was the big deal. And then ultimately Rufflet was kind of released, and they had promised us something special for the Safari Zone Philadelphia since Rufflet was kind of released globally. And originally, Unknown P was going to be available in the wild, which it was. But as a bonus, they also had Unknown A, D, E, H, I, and L. So if this was your first event, first opportunity to get Unknown, it was awesome because you were actually getting 7 different Unknown, which is not typical. Usually it's 1, maybe 2 per event. So that was really cool. But Adam, before we dig into our personal weekend experience and festivities, let's talk about the event on paper and how the event on paper translated to an IRL event. Going into it, looking at it in text, did it meet your expectations from just like a black and white perspective?
Yeah, from a black and white perspective, it was what it was. There were extra stops there, which was nice. So I got a ton of tasks completed.
You know what? I kind of slept on that. You're right. There was a good opportunity to just like increase your amount of research done. You love research.
Yeah, and I will say I did not capitalize on getting the 2K eggs. I had a bunch of 7-kilometer eggs that I had put in. Like, I think I had like 2 super incubators going and like 1 standard incubator. So I did not capitalize on the amount of 2-kilometer eggs like hatching from the event that I should have. I think I left the event holding on to 6 from the event, and I've already hatched them all and they were nothing. But it would have been really nice to go through a bunch of them. As far as the spawns, I was happy. I'm not going to lie. I got 3 shiny rufflets from...
Yo, dude, I'm so jealous. Because I got 0.
Yeah, so...
Most everyone got 0.
I don't know. I don't know how to explain how that happened, but every rufflet I clicked pretty much felt like it was going to be shiny.
Jeez.
I didn't really get anything crazy as far as shiny goes, except for that. No,
yeah,
100%.
But that was the highlight of the whole freaking event. That was the chase that every single person in the event had. So
yeah, so I definitely have the ability to trade a few.
That's awesome.
And then I also, after the event, I cleaned out all of the Pokemon. I think I kept like 26 out of everything. That's like including the shinies.
Wow.
I did find a 0% Ponyta that I caught.
What?
Yeah, so I was like, that's cool.
I don't even know if I caught a Ponyta. Hold on a second. I need hold everything.
You had to have caught a Ponyta. They were everywhere.
Dude, I was.
You had the Pokeball Plus going, as did I, and I can guarantee you caught at least one.
I don't know, man.
You did.
Was so not focused on catching. I really did let the Pokeball Plus do the majority of the legwork. Hold on a second. What's the CP of your 0%? Do you remember, dude? Because if I got this, I'm gonna be fucking excited. I'm looking through them here. Hold on. I'm looking through them here. It doesn't look like I got it, man. I got a 98.
1240. Oh no, that's not it. It's 104.
No. Dude, I didn't catch that shit.
It could have been off an incense. So I mean,
it's got It had to. Yep, I didn't get it. Had to be, but. Did it bother you at all that this overlapped with the Halloween event? Like this was the tail end of the Halloween event? I mean, I didn't really care.
I didn't care. I didn't notice. It wasn't like the end of the world for me.
Yeah. All right. Well, so both of our play days were on Saturday. We, I live an hour and a half.
At one point, like to what you said about like just being there with friends, that was like the most important thing. It really was. Honestly, like. To go into the event and be able to kind of just like, at one point I put my phone down, like in my bag, and just exclusively use the Pokeball Plus.
So
and I honestly, it disconnected and I forgot that the game was still going. So
oh no,
yeah,
oh no,
and then it's also I didn't capitalize on the additional incense because they lasted for the full 8 hours or whatever it was.
Oh, no, I stacked 24 hours worth of that shit. I wasn't going to miss that.
Yeah, but, like, neither of us were playing the entire time, like, after the event. It wasn't like just kept going and going.
We definitely weren't. I mean, I was Go Plussing at, back at the Airbnb, but let's talk about the Airbnb. We talked shit about it, for the last couple weeks. It was definitely in the ghetto, but the inside was, like, literal 5-star luxury, shit. Beautiful tile floors, marble countertops, kitchen island. It was a 5-story walk up that was just stunningly immaculate. And, don't mind the boarded up and destroyed buildings next door, across the street, behind the street, to the left and right. This one was really nice. So
yeah, literally,
it really was funny.
It goes really, really, really nice, damaged, and then the next house is exactly the same as the first one. Really nice.
Well, you could tell that there was definitely a dude in there that was setting up Airbnbs in that neighborhood, because you would see the lock boxes, you would see the digital keypads, but the place was phenomenal. The photos that we saw on the Airbnb app did not disappoint. Like, it was truly accurate. I couldn't have been happier.
If not better.
Yeah, I couldn't have been happier. I'm an hour and a half from Philly, so I arrived, maybe 1 or 2 o'clock or something like that on Friday. And Mythical Hitch, Magikarp Diem, he's from Iowa. He flew into Philly, and we're kind of connecting in Discord, and I was like, yo, why don't I just come to the Philadelphia airport and pick you up? Like, why am I going to make you spend $50 to take a fucking Uber to the Airbnb? So I was hungry. He was hungry. I was like, yo, let's go to the Philadelphia Airport Marriott. Let's go to the restaurant, get some drinks, get some food, hang out. Jamal was flying in from Charlotte, and he was getting in like an hour later. So we're like, fuck it. We'll get some food. We'll wait for Jamal, and then we'll all drive together to the Airbnb. So it worked out great. We get to the hotel, to the Marriott restaurant. They had some... Well, first of all, I walk up, Hitch is drinking a beer, and the bartender is pouring him a shot of Fireball. I'm like, holy shit, dude. Like, you're already going for it. He's just like, yeah, this is how we do it in Iowa. But it was, they had these ridiculously amazing, like, $16 soft pretzels with mustard, pub cheese, beer cheese, like, dipping sauce. It was fucking so good.
I missed out.
Yo, if they were $30, they would have been worth it. It was so freaking good. We both got that. And I don't know. I just remember leaving, and the bill was like $70, but it was worth it, whatever. But it was amazing to meet him in person. We've been Zooming for 2 years or whatever. Same thing with Jamal. So that was just absolutely out of control. Also, the funniest thing, when you're on Zoom with someone, you don't really know their like dimensions, like how they look in person. And I fucking walk up to Hitch, and it's like I'm looking in the mirror. It was the funniest thing. We're like the same stature, the same everything, bald head up top, big beard, big belly. I was like, oh shit, dude, you're like a brother from another mother. It was so funny. It was so great.
But for the most part, everybody looked exactly how I pictured them.
Yeah, I mean, dude, we've literally been hanging out digitally for years, which is absolutely awesome. But check-in at the Airbnb was at 4 o'clock, so we pretty much got there, I think, at like 10 to 4. And first of all, the street was probably the most narrow street I've ever seen in my entire life. We were literally parked on the sidewalk. Like, if you listen to the bonus episode, we talk about it. But we're literally parked on the sidewalk because the shit is so tight. I mean, you had to do like 1 mile an hour down the road to make sure that you weren't
except for that one guy that drove the whole super fast down the whole lane. I was like, this is why people have their side view mirrors. Like,
their mirrors
in.
not.
Some of them were knocked off, but
Of course. I mean, like, look, I'm a car guy, so I've got a nice car, nice truck. I didn't want anything happening to it, and luckily it was perfectly fine. Not like the cars on blocks that were around the corner. So it was all good. The locals and the neighbors were awesome. They were very good sports. They, I'm sure they're used to the Airbnb riffraff in that neighborhood, but it was good. It brings a lot of money into that area. And first thing we noticed was a bomb-ass bodega around the corner, so we were very excited about that. So if we needed any snacks or drinks at any time, we could just hit up the bodega. Adam got off to a late start. Like, what time did you actually leave New Hampshire?
6 p.m.
Oh, my God, dude. So Adam leaves at 6. We knew that we had a big day on Saturday, so it was like we stayed up kind of late, but there was no way we could stay up long enough to wait for Adam, who came down with your girlfriend Chanel and also MD Raber, Casa de Cubone from our community, who lives in your area, which was great to meet him as well. But you guys
Yeah,
showed
he
up
was a
like
pleasure to have on the ride.
what time did you get there? 3:30 in the morning?
Yeah,
Damn, dude.
something like that. It was definitely around
you
3.
you were a trooper for sticking that drive out. That was absolutely crazy. But
Yeah, it didn't get bad until right at the end.
Yeah,
I
I
kind of was
believe
like
it.
doing little twitches, like
yeah, like
I've
wake
been up
up,
too long.
wake up.
I've been up too long.
We got off to an early start on Saturday morning. We we had early access tickets, so we wanted to make sure we got to the park at 10 o'clock. But we wanted to get breakfast. I ordered bagels from like the local shop. Definitely not Jersey bagels. Jersey has the best fucking bagels. They're, I don't care what you say, New Yorkers. Jersey has the best bagels. These were definitely not Jersey bagels, but they were still good. We ordered, so I ordered a bunch of shit and fed everybody. And it was off to the races. We took the Airbnb to the park. The fucking dude made wrong turns. We ended up getting dropped off like
He basically
half a mile.
kicked us out, honestly.
half a mile from the park.
He's like, no,
This
is the place.
We're like, yo, dog, this is the wrong place. He's like, nope. He's like, this is where your spot is. Your fare is over. Get out. So, I did not leave that dude a good review. But we got out, walked over to the park, and Friday, it was raining. So luckily our play day wasn't Friday, but the carryover wetness into Saturday was pretty significant. The park was pretty wet in some areas, but luckily we had like partly cloudy weather and nice temperature on Saturday, so it wasn't all bad. It was definitely like a really nice day. Didn't even need like a hoodie or anything. It was like when the sun was out, it was warm. When the clouds were covering the sun, it was just cool enough that it wasn't uncomfortable. It was very, very nice. But first impressions when you walk into the park, what was your immediate reaction once you saw like the first tent?
It looked like there was nothing going on in the first tent.
Yo,
it looked a little lackluster, but obviously we hadn't seen anything yet. It was literally like we walked in and it was just like, oh, this is the first half. Then seeing everything else made it feel a little bit better, but at the same time, it did all around feel lackluster.
Yo, I'm with you 100%, man. I was really not upset, but like exceptionally disappointed. Like especially seeing Liverpool, where they had like the actual team lounge tents from GoFest, like the big, high top style circus tents, like with the color coded, red, blue, and yellow giant tents and all this shit. These were like local party distributor rental white vinyl tents. Like that's it. And a couple like whip flags of the team colors and a couple cardboard standees. I'm not going to front. It was lame. It was not exciting at all. Like I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like it was not what I expected. Definitely not what I expected. I would have thought being the first kind of like return to form for social events, I thought it would have been stronger, especially after seeing Liverpool. So I was definitely a little bummed out. But again, it's not about that superficial shit, but it would have been nice to have that real, experience.
Listen, even
like
though
that.
it felt lackluster, it was still nice because everything was spread out far enough where you didn't feel like you were overcrowded or there were too many people in one spot. I think that might have been the goal. So I don't want to diss it for the fact that like if all that stuff was together, it might have felt a little bit better.
Oh, no, I'm not even saying I was bummed that it wasn't together. I'm just saying the stuff itself wasn't exciting. Like there was there was 3 separate zones of the event. That the first zone, like where we first walked in, we never even returned to that area. We like completely bypassed that. We never went back until it was time to take the Uber back. We were waiting in that area. But it was just generic. There was nothing visual to any of the team lounges or anything like that. So I was a little bummed. They did have speakers in each of those areas playing the game music. That was cool. So it did add a little bit of immersion like that.
Yeah, that was cool. Seeing the cutouts
that's
of the
it,
team
though.
leaders was cool. I don't know. I enjoyed it.
Was it?
Yeah, it
Like,
was.
but dude, like, Liverpool had giant inflatable Snorlax and Lapras, and like we didn't get any of that in Philly, so I was a little bummed.
I didn't see
even
that, so it's not like I know it.
Well,
You know,
even the merch booth, you couldn't walk up and see the merch on display. There was a QR code that you had to like order your shit online and then pick it up at the booth. So it was a little bit of a disaster.
yeah, it really
these
was
are
a
like
mess.
contract help, handling all of it, and they were scrambling the whole time. But put all that aside, because I don't want to get caught up in thinking that this was a negative event. The presentation of the event, I'm gonna give a 5 out of 10, like at best. But the overall experience was definitely a 9 out of 10 for me. So don't get me wrong, it was awesome. But we hooked up with JT Valor, which was phenomenal. On Saturday, we we pretty much played the entire event with him. Actually, Friday night we met him for dinner, which was really cool. And then Saturday we hooked up with him and pretty much played the entire event with him and the crew that he was with, which was nice. As far as the eggs and stuff are concerned, it didn't force you or guide you to really walk a path. So I don't even think I did too much walking during the day. I wasn't even hatching a lot of eggs because
you did some walking.
Yeah, but not a lot. Like the stops were very dense, and of course they were all lured up. So you didn't really need to move around, and there wasn't like a walking path that would guide you in a loop or anything. It was kind of an awkward layout, so it didn't really influence you to walk, which was a little funky. Not like, Philly Free Streets where you had a path, or Go Fest where you can kind of plot out your destination and move from habitat to habitat. This felt a little different, but still absolutely amazing because of the crew, because of the people that we had there. On Saturday, we kind of hijacked the Trainer Club's get together, like meet up in the center fountain. JT Valor was there. I saw Will Rock from New York City, Omnisec from New York City, True Inferno from Detroit was there. I ended up meeting Gabby Snyder and Rosemary Kelly, shoutcasters for the Pokemon Company. They were there. They were awesome. Hung out with them for like an hour or two. And it was just a lot of fun. Like it really was all about, you could tell everyone was just excited to see people. You know what I mean? And like you said, Adam, it was spread out enough that I didn't feel like I was unsafe. You know what I mean? Like, because let's be real,
Right,
there's still plenty of shit going on in the world with COVID and all that. And at no point did I feel like I was on top of anyone. You know what I mean? It was
exactly
like we the only time we actually had people next to us, like really, was when we took the photo, like the group photo at the fountain. Other than that, it was wide open. So definitely cool. But man, what a fucking weekend. But let's put the event aside and talk about Saturday night at the Airbnb, because that's when things really started popping off.
Didn't we record an entire episode about this?
We did, but we were so shot out when we recorded that. Like, dude, it was all right. Look, we fucking partied hard as hell on Saturday night to the point of, I don't know. Someone there was a magician that made a whole bottle of a large top shelf bottle of whiskey disappear in like 9 minutes flat. Like literally 9 minutes. We timed it. It was gone. It was amazing. But we found out that Jamal was previously a bartender, so I don't know. He was making these like layered fruity drinks with some Tito's vodka that were just absolutely slamming. It was absolutely amazing. But shout out to everyone that we met in Philly. Shout out to Coach Kev that was rocking the Wu-Tang shirt. So get this shit. I'm wearing a Wu-Tang shirt. I see someone across the fountain with a Wu-Tang shirt on. So like, of course I like give him the like, soo, like the Wu-Tang call, right? And I go over to him, I give him a fist bump, blah, blah, blah. We start talking. Turns out he's a former patron of ours. And as I'm talking to him, he holds his phone out and he's on Twitter looking at a tweet I had just put up saying, hey, come to the fountain because we're about to do our meetup. And I'm wearing the Wu-Tang shirt in the picture. He's wearing the Wu-Tang shirt. And he was just like, yo, this is so weird. He's like, I used to be a patron of yours. And he just rejoined the Patreon this week. So, like, welcome back, Coach Kev. So welcome awesome seeing you. Yeah. Saturday night was a little bit out of control. I think Adam passed out. I don't know what time you went to bed. Maybe 1 o'clock, something like that. I
was shot.
Yeah, JT I think left around 2:30, 3 in the morning. His buddy Ivan, who's a real awesome dude, his buddy Ivan ended up staying till 4 in the morning because it was like he had like a 5-minute Uber home, back to his Airbnb. They wanted to charge him $60 because there was like a major pricing surge because all the bars were getting out. So he ended up like just waiting it out, hanging out till 4 a.m. talking shop. But dude, what an amazing event. I am so hyped for GoFest next year. We're already looking at Airbnbs in Chicago. So if this thing actually happens in Chicago next year, we know where we're staying. It's $1,600 a night. I don't even care, dude. I don't even care. It's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be worth it. We put everything together and put it in the cart. It was like $5,000. I don't care. Worth it. # worth it. So yeah, shout out to everyone that we met in Philly. Amazing memories. Thank you guys so freaking much. It was amazing. All right, let's move on. We had the Dia de Muertos. That was actually a really short event, 2 days. Kicked off yesterday, wrapped up today. We had 90-minute lures, 90-minute incense. We had double catch Stardust, which was nice for the full 2 days. Latin American and Caribbean trainers also had an extra bonus candy for all catches, as well as higher density of event spawns in the wild, as well as higher attraction to lures and incense. I think we fucked up on the last episode and said that like the spawn pool was exclusive to Latin America. We all had it. They just had the increased density and attraction rates to incense and lures.
Well, there
was sense, a collection, collection challenge that led to a Shedinja encounter as well as a Poffin and incense. Of course, the incense turned orange, so you knew that it was, spawning or attracting a specific pool. While not part of the event, it also overlapped with Go Battle Day on Monday, the 1st. It was quadruple Stardust rewards for wins. This was Ultra League, Ultra Premier, and Halloween Cup. I didn't do a single battle.
What?
I didn't do a single battle, dude.
Get wrecked. Get wrecked.
Yo, dude, I totally got wrecked, and I'll tell you why. Because I worked a 12-hour day on Monday, and I was completely shot out because on Sunday, after everybody went home, I went back to the park. I went back to the park. And even though I didn't have a ticket for Sunday, I played the whole day in the park with Halloween spawns. Met up with JT Valor again. I ended up Sunday morning or Sunday early afternoon, went out to brunch with the Niantic crew, got to meet some international creators. Shout out to Swagron and Sana Roman. Swagron's from Chile. Sana Roman is from Mexico. Trainer Club was there. John from Go Stadium was there. Jessica, shout out to Jessica from Dot Esports, journalist, was also in attendance. It was really cool to talk to her. And then ended up, and HM London, PvP battler from Los Angeles, who's actually in the same community as Unbreakable Lisa, our Discord admin. So we ended up hopping in an Uber with Anthony from Niantic, and went back to the park and played. I played all day just with Halloween spawns. So I got back to my car at the Airbnb around like maybe 5 or 6 o'clock and drove an hour and a half home. And dude, I was fucking shot. I didn't want to do a damn thing, but I just wanted to catch up, get on all the socials, do all that kind of stuff, and it was phenomenal. But Dia de Muertos, what did you think of the spawn pool? I mean, this was pretty interesting that it was just a 2-day event. We've typically had 1-day events. We've had 1-hour events with spotlights. This was 2 days. So longer than the shortest events that we've had, but much shorter than the typical event. What did you think of the 2-day window? Was it enough?
I think it was enough. I don't necessarily I didn't enjoy the spawns.
Really?
Yeah, it's like Cubone's not exciting anymore, and like Rosalia's not exciting anymore. Sunflora was kind of cool.
So for me, that was the one because you never see that shit in the wild. So oddly enough, that was the only event Pokemon that couldn't be shiny, but it was also the most exciting one. So I thought that was kind of funny. But Sunflora was definitely cool. Yamask was carried over from the Halloween event. I still don't have a shiny Yamask. So, I mean,
Really?
I was chasing that. Yeah, dude. And I've caught them all. I've caught every single one I've fucking seen, and no shinies there. I do have a hundo, but no shinies. Alolan Marowak was in the spawn pool, so I think Just Will caught a shiny one.
Really?
At
That's
home,
awesome.
yeah, which was really cool. That was a Lure and Incense spawn. There was a free box in the shop with 20 Pokeballs and an incense. We also had Cacnea Spotlight Hour today. Spotlight Hours for me have kind of, I don't know, they've lost their impact.
They've lost their luster.
Yeah, like definitely. And I don't know, but in regards to Dia de Muertos, like how did you feel with this being a Latin American event and them having some exclusivity and some extra bonuses, but us still being able to take part? Like this was, in my opinion, yeah, me too. I think this is an amazing format. And when we talk about Festival of Lights in a minute, we'll kind of see this again. But I think that anytime they have a regional-based event, there should be some global component to it, because not only does it bring awareness to that region or that event, but it also just increases the accessibility. It allows more people to play. So I really did enjoy it. But how did you feel playing this event coming out of such a crazy Safari Zone weekend? Because you got to remember, not many people were playing that Safari Zone, so this was like a breath of fresh air coming out of the Halloween event. We went from Halloween to Safari Zone to Dia de Muertos like right away. So the timing for me, I was just exhausted. So I don't know if that maybe
I wasn't really
dulled
excited.
it for me.
I wasn't like, oh yeah, I can't wait to catch some Cacnea. I can't wait to catch like.
Oh,
I did the.
I could care less about the Cacnea.
I did the collection challenge, and that was pretty much the majority of my playing.
Yeah, and was it Cacnea that made the spotlight shitty, or was it the fact that Cacnea can't be shiny? I think it's about the shiny. Like,
Yeah.
If I'm gonna play Crunch Time for an hour, like I don't know.
It's got to be worth it, whether it's Stardust or a shiny chance.
Right, because it's like it's double catch candy. Who do we really need a shit ton of Cacnea candy? I don't think so. So, I don't know. Food for thought, but nice 2-day event. There was also an Avatar shirt, which was free, which was kind of cool. And I mean, I don't mind these little events. I think it was cool. It was better than not having an event there at all, so can't complain. All right, moving on. This is our upcoming event, and I'm pretty hyped on this one, Adam. The Festival of Lights. And this is a regional-based event, but it does have a large global component. So they teased it in the November update blog. Festival of Lights kicks off on Friday the 5th, and just like the Halloween event, it has 2 parts, but we don't have a lot of information for the second half of the event. And it's not even like half, because we don't even know what the end date of the second part is. But first part of the event is the namesake, the actual Festival of Lights. It runs from the 5th through the 14th. And Dedenne, the antenna Pokemon, it's an electric fairy type. It will be making its debut. It's a Kalos Pokemon. And these bonuses, for me, are greatly appreciated. 2 times friendship level increases. Gifts will provide increased rewards, and you can open up to 45 gifts per day.
Ooh.
This is huge. This is huge for me. Remember they did Friendship Day? And they did that twice. And the last time they did it, they didn't double up on friendship levels. The first time they did, they did have the double levels. The second time they didn't. So this has been a long time coming. I love this bonus. This is like huge for me because I'm an XP whore and I love fucking grinding XP. So I do that through the friendship mechanics. So I'm really, really hyped on this. We're also going to have the conclusion, I believe the conclusion of the Season of Mischief special research. And, you know, in their original blog, they teased that if you complete that special research by the season's end, which is the end of November, it'll unlock an additional research that is regarding Hoopa. My tinfoil hat is that theory is going to be that it'll be Hoopa Unbound. That could be really cool. There's also going to be fireworks going off in the skybox to kind of celebrate Diwali. Diwali, also known as Deepavali, it's held on the darkest night of the Hindu lunar calendar. It brings in the new beginnings, celebrates the new moon, and primarily it's observed in India by Hindus, Sikhs, Jains, and Newar Buddhists. And for me, I think this is like an awesome way to like celebrate with them, just like Dia de Muertos. Like, this is a really cool way to celebrate a different culture. And I don't know, I've never done anything in my life that celebrated this. So it's like, here we are playing this game, but we're also like getting enriched culturally through the game. That's fucking amazing. Like, that's, I don't know. Maybe it's cheesy, but I just find that concept really cool.
Is this because Dedenne is a mouse Pokemon that it's cheesy? Or is that just me being cheesy?
Oh, how long were you How long was that shit locked in the chamber before? Like, you were waiting for that one, dude. You were fucking
5 seconds.
waiting.
5 seconds.
Wow. But no, I just think it's really cool to celebrate other cultures in a very abstract way through the game. I think that's really cool. As for wild encounters, we're going to see Pokemon like Pikachu, Magnemite, Slugma, Whismur, Electrike, Blitzel, Cottonee, Tynamo, Fennekin, Darumaka, Litwick, and of course Dedenne in the wild. A few others, including Vulpix, Electabuzz, Magmar, Litleo, will be in research along with Dedenne. So Dedenne will actually be in raids, research, and in the wild. The raids are shook up. Dedenne will be a 1-star Pokemon. Alolan, Raichu, and Blossom will be in 3 stars. And then we have the Swords of Justice, Adam. That's Terrakion, Virizion, Cobalion. Yep. Where the hell is Keldeo, bro? Keldeo always gets the shaft when it comes to
Why
Swords of
haven't we
Justice.
gotten the rainbow one? Come on.
Swords of Justice in the 5 stars. Mega Manectric will be in Mega Raids. 7K Eggs have a bunch of the baby Pokemon along with Vulpix, Alolan, Geodude, and Chinchou. I'm about done with Chinchou. But India. So now this is where the regional element comes in. India will also have an exclusive bonus on Sunday the 7th with Blitzel and Dedenne appearing more frequently in the wild, and they get double catch candy as well. So that's pretty cool. Blitzel, remember, it was released during the early costume fashion week event with the shiny. So this will be a good opportunity to go for that standard issue Blitzel shiny. There's also going to be a free t-shirt in the avatar shop along with this stuff looks so good. A Dedenne bag, hat, and sneakers. And the Dedenne sneakers are amazing. The tongue of the sneaker is like a poofy Dedenne head. So it looks super fucking cute. And then we have the second half of the event. It's not even like the second half because it actually overlaps. Now, we don't have all the details, but beginning November 9th, I guess let's call it a secondary event. It'll kick in. It overlaps with the Festival of Lights for the last 5 days of the Festival of Lights, the 9th through the 14th. But you can use charge TMs to TM away frustration from Shadow Pokemon. Yay! It's like we've been waiting for this for so long.
Everyone and their grandmother has been asking for this.
The battlers have been dying for this. We thought that we would maybe see this with the return of Giovanni. We didn't. So finally we'll be able to do this again. And Team Go Rocket is going to be appearing more frequently in stops and balloons. More info is to come. We don't know what. So we do have the opportunity to put on a tinfoil hat here, but Adam, I mentioned last episode we're not getting any new legendaries throughout November, which I was a little bummed about, but could Dedenne kind of be the first of many non-legendaries being added to the game during November? Do you think that will be the counterbalance to not having A new legendary?
I guess so. It's something new for every player to go against. I mean, is it only going to be in raids, or is it still?
No,
gonna be
it's everything. It's
okay.
raids, eggs, wild, and raids, and encounters, and research. And it's gonna be fucking everywhere. So my worry is that after day 1 or 2, we're all gonna be done with fucking Dedenne. And then what? Then we got to wait for the 9th to TM away frustration?
It sounds frustrating.
Oh, God. Audible eye roll. Anyway, how big of a deal is the double friendship to you? Is that something you like?
I swear,
are you gifting every day?
If you haven't opened my gift and we're sitting at Ultra, like, it's not my fault anymore. I'm just opening it. If there's double friendship, like, I'm just opening gifts. I'm sorry.
So
this is my
Adam
formal
and I,
apology.
We did our lucky trade in Philly, so we had a lucky trade. So I haven't opened a gift of Adam's in a long time because we've been sitting on that lucky. We traded a Go Fest costume. He gave me the Flygon, I gave him the Gardevoir. So that was kind of cool. But I'm really looking forward to the double friendship. But the seasonal research, we've kind of talked smack about this for almost 3 months now.
What was the last thing they said?
I don't know. I have no idea. I have not been following the story at all.
I actually remember seeing the one thing that was like, boo. And he's like, oh, did I scare you, trainer? And it's like,
oh, God.
Like, okay, that was
that.
funny because I like legit saw it. But other than that, no way. I don't remember anything else.
I don't know, man. It was. I just want to put this behind us. I can't imagine Niantic bringing back another seasonal research in this same format. If they do, they have to make it, I don't know, a way to have better continuity because, I don't know, too much time between tasks. Like
you need to be able to go back and be able to read them.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Yeah, that's probably...
Even if they make a blog post of like, hey, here's the first and the second, like once the new season part starts, then release the text for the other one.
And it's like I always feel bad jumping past the text, but I fucking do it anyway. You know what I mean? It's like it's just like I speed read it, It's just like blah 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 blah. All right, click, done.
Yeah, because it's always the most inconvenient times. You log in, you click it. Oh, there's a shiny Pokemon. Oh, just kidding.
It's during an event, and it's like I'm such a greedy person. It's like, don't take away from my event time. I'm trying to get back to catching. Like, just let me know later. Yeah, going back to it would probably be a good help, but. What do you think of this electric heavy spawn and encounter pool? A lot of shinies.
Well, I get it.
I guess.
The Festival of Lights, lightning Pokemon. It makes sense.
No, I do too. I just I guess for me, but of course, beyond Dedenne, Blitzel. Blitzel's going to be the chase for me this time around. I really want to get that shiny. So,
well, go
anything
get it.
you're gonna? Oh, I will. Anything you're going after, hatching, raiding, anything like that. You said you still needed one of the Swords of Justice, right? Shinies?
I need 2. I need Terrakion and Virizion. So those 2 for raids, and then just going to go ham on Dedenne.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that. And will you actually remember to TM away frustration? Since I think you forgot the last 2 times.
No way.
What about the second half of the event? This, finally with light comes shadow. What do you think they're going to add? Could this be more Giovanni? Do you think Giovanni will make an appearance?
Could it be Keldeo?
But why? I don't.
Could it be Shaman? Could it be Kecleon?
Could it be Shadow Lugia?
They use the word shadow, right?
Right.
So Kecleon.
What does a shadow have to do with Kecleon?
I don't know.
It hides in the shadows?
Yeah.
It's in the shadow of every loading screen?
Exactly.
Oh, shit. No, I am excited for events. I do like events, but, there's no real gaps. You know what I mean? Like we have the 3rd and the 4th, so we have 2 days of vanilla spawns ahead of us. And then we'll be right into the Festival of Lights. So, it's, I almost wish the spawn mix was a little bit more balanced because I don't know, when you have a spawn pool of 10 or 12 Pokemon, right? But you have a seasonal spawn pool of 80 Pokemon, it's like whenever there's an event, the diversity of spawns goes down so dramatically. If you grind during the event, yeah, you're catching a lot of Pokemon, but you're catching the same dozen Pokemon. Like those first couple days of the month where we had vanilla spawns, I literally counted them up. There was like 70, 80 unique Pokemon. Evolved forms, like...
Yeah, we caught for alligators and Charizards.
I caught a for alligator tonight. Yeah, it's like... So, I just wish the blend was a little bit more balanced to not be so event-heavy, because you end up catching the same fucking Pokemon, and it's like, when you look at this list, it's like... Am I really going to be excited to, like, catch fucking Slugma over and over and over? It's like
yes,
the
you're,
one
you're very excited, I can tell.
No, like, at least Whismur has, like, a funny butthole, you know what I mean? Like, what else do I care about here? I don't know. Dedenne. Litwick is back, too, so, that is what it is. A lot of people like Litwick. They'd like it more if it was shiny, but... I definitely get it, but I don't know. TMing away frustration. I've been sitting on a bunch of TMs. I run a living shadow deck, so whenever they do these events, I just chip away at TMing every single one of my starred and tagged living decks shadow Pokemon.
That seems like a waste.
Well, I'm just gonna delete the TMs
of
anyway.
Time.
It's not.
Are you gonna use them in PvP?
Probably not.
So it's a waste of time.
No, I use shadow Pokemon a ton in raids. So
what you're saying is, if you're there for the living decks, are you using your Shadow Pidgey and your Shadow Rattata to do raids?
No,
didn't think so. So it's don't waste your time.
But I'm using Shadow Tyranitar, Shadow Machamp. These are solid raid
those
Pokemon.
ones sound like you already have them taken care of.
I definitely do. But
stop wasting your time on the other ones.
But that's but I'm just going to throw away the TMs. Like, why not at least use them? It's not that much time.
Are you going to trade your shadow Pokemon?
Oh, God.
Did you say no because you can't?
That's right. Just like I'm going to trade away all my Darkrai.
So, yeah, let's trade away our Darkrai's.
Yo, all the fucking Darkrai's we did this weekend, because it was like increased raids, not a single fucking shiny Darkrai for me. I have it from
wasn't
last
it
time,
throughout the whole Airbnb?
Yeah, no one got the shiny. No. Yeah, no one got the shiny. Casa de Cubone got one the day before we came down. So I don't think anyone got one all weekend. It was bizarre. And it was nice. Like, on Saturday at 1:30 p.m., all the raids popped off for the weekend, and we did an awesome raid train. We did every fucking gym in the park that we could in 45 minutes, an hour, and no fucking shinies. A little bit of a drag, ain't gonna lie. But Adam, let's take a little break. When we come back, we'll have a quick word from our sponsor. Just kind of talk about IRL events, what we can expect going forward. Is it too early to talk about GoFest? Let's get into it.
It's never too early.
All right, we'll be back right after this. Hey, Adam.
Hey, Ken. What's going on?
It's time for a ball check.
Ooh, ball check. I have like 1,500.
Yo, I'm rocking like 1,500 balls right now, too. Pokeballs. I actually deleted 500 Ultra Balls before Philly. So I did have to trim my balls a little bit. But speaking of trimming balls, this holiday season, I want to give thanks to our friends over at MANSCAPED. Now, do I tell my extended family that I have the Performance Package 4.0 from the global leaders in below-the-waist grooming? Not to mention, it includes the Lawnmower 4.0. To tame my bush and score brownie points with the in-laws, gift yourself Manscaped, or the man in your life who needs it. Join the 4 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with 20% off and free shipping with the code BALLCHECK by going to manscaped.com. And Adam, if you think your holiday spread is good, it's time to give thanks to Manscaped Performance Package 4.0, or as I like to call it, the perfect package for your package. The Performance Package 4.0 also includes the Weed Whacker to chop your worst weeds up top in your nose and ears. Oh, God. This nose and ear hair trimmer uses a 9,000 RPM motor-powered 360-degree rotary dual-blade system to provide proprietary skin-safe technology, which helps prevent nicks, snags, and tugs in those delicate holes. Adam, are your holes delicate? My holes are very
delicate.
Dude, my holes are very delicate. Gifting Manscaped is the ultimate hack to becoming your family favorite, so get 20% off and free shipping with the code BALLCHECK at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code BALLCHECK, BALLCHECK, at manscaped.com. Be thankful this holiday season for the best gift of all from Manscaped. Your balls will thank you. All right, Adam, a little housekeeping before we get back to our actual show. This podcast is powered by Patreon. Please check ours out over at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor, where you can support this show for as little as $1 a month. And that $1 will get you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. And all patrons are eligible to participate in our monthly PIGO and TCGO prize tournaments. Registration is in the Discord. We hope to see you there. Congrats to Thanks Obama for winning our Lunar Cup in October. And we just posted up that our Brawler Cup will be kicking off on Friday, November 12th. And a huge thanks to our gym leaders, Absolutely Ryan, Dig Dug Rob, Grant, Jamal, JD Mojo, Jojo, Magikarp Diem, Talon, Tish, TN Comics Wiz, and Big Za Minus. And special thanks to our 2 new patrons this week. First, Olympian, who signed up for the whole year, and Ben for joining at the Discord tier. So thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. And special thanks to our executive producer, Paul Bott. And don't forget, our merch store is available at PokemonProfessor.com/merch. All right, Adam, I just want to have like a little fast and loose convo here about the return of IRL events. And, with Philly behind us and us having such a good time and this event kind of having a not so great aesthetic and physical representation, like, what do you want out of an IRL event that like Philly didn't have? Like, does it need to be on the level of GoFest? How could they do something that's not quite GoFest, but still exciting that you would want to travel to?
I really enjoyed like the mini games that they had at GoFest,
like trivia and stuff.
Yeah, when they did like giveaways. It doesn't necessarily have to be that, but I'd like booths where like I could go up to them and I could see something different. Like if there was a booth just giving out like the Pikachu visors and having like the professor and being
a display.
Yeah. And just being like,
yeah, they literally had a folding in Philly. It was a folding table, like a literal folding table with no cover on it, just like a plain ass plastic folding table in the grass. That was it. Giving out the Pikachu visors and the Willow cards, like,
the Willow cards, like that was really cool. So, I'm super excited. Like,
no, it was cool to get those items, but yeah, if there was a booth that was more experiential, like you could actually see something. You know what I mean? Like, it was literally just a folding table in the middle of the grass. I don't know. How do we set our expectations? Are we just spoiled by GoFest? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I still had fun. I don't think that I necessarily needed anything more than what was there. But, I mean, I guess it would have been nice to have a little bit more interaction from the event side.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Like, but that's
even
the thing.
Even if it was something small where it was just like, take a photo and share it, and then like write down your name and your Twitter handle or something, and just put it in a bucket. So once they see that you posted it and did the hashtag Pokemon Go Safari Zone, like it gets exposure out there, and B, it's for a like potential like water bottle or a Niantic hat or one of those abominable snowman things. That Niantic was. I'm just saying, like, just even something like that where it got people involved a little bit more.
What about the like when you post on social with the hashtag and it shows up in game? Remember for Kanto Tour and GoFest, they did that where there was a gallery in the Today View. That would have been cool. You know what I mean? That doesn't necessarily need any physical resources to accomplish. Just needs someone to curate and add it to the game. Like, I don't know. Like, I really expect, and I don't think I'm being like, jumping the shark or anything here. Like, I just expect a little bit more from an IRL event if I'm going to travel to it. I consider Community Day an IRL event. I'm still going out and doing something on location. But if I'm traveling states away, we had people fly in, and the experience came from the social aspect and being with friends, but I don't know. I just feel like Niantic didn't do enough to welcome the trainers that were traveling. Like, you look at what's going on in Mexico with 7-Eleven, right? Where they have these amazing PvP events with fucking huge displays and lights and colors and, giant signage and all this stuff. And we just got none of that. And it's just like, I don't know. I don't know if I was a Niantic employee, if I looked at Philly Safari Zone, if I would have been like, we nailed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I get that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even Liverpool, like, go back and watch, like, the guys from Incense or JT Valor, their coverage. You could see they had the big tents, they had the blow-ups that just seemed like there was more to do. I don't know. I want more of an immersive experience than, all right, now it's time to walk from this white tent over to that white tent, and nothing is different. Everything's nondescript. There's just picnic tables. Yo, one thing that Philly did have, bomb-ass food trucks. So shout out to the food trucks.
I had some pad thai to die for.
Yeah, I had drunken noodles that were fucking awesome. So awesome I got it twice over the weekend because I got it on Sunday too. That shit was real good. But there was a lot of really good food trucks there, which I remember GoFest in Chicago had bomb-ass food trucks too, so that was cool. But I don't know. I don't know what to expect. But do you think that all future IRL events should have a remote component to them? So, like, let's say they do Johto Tour, right? And that's going to be in 5 different cities across the world. Do you think there should be a remote ticket to that event also? And should that remote event be exactly the same as the physical event, or should it be like a event light? You know what I mean?
It should be, I think, event light. I think there should be something similar to how they do with like Pokemon GoFest, where at GoFest, Pichu, or not Pichu, Plusle and Minun were like the thing, or
right.
Like Yan Mega was for like one of the other Safari Zones, I believe, or Yanma, sorry, where you can do the 99-cent ticket, and if you do, that Pokemon will be spawning more frequently. And or you get like 2 or 3 of the Pokemon spawning.
No, I agree. Special research is definitely the way to deliver the experience. I agree there.
Yeah, and they could do like a collection challenge, so it forces you to kind of have to like collect whatever the Pokemon are that you're buying the ticket for.
Well, I mean, like, think of GoFest. You have the different physical habitats. Obviously, with GoFest, you have these giant displays. You go into the fire habitat, there's a giant volcano. You go into the ice habitat, and it's fucking snowing, and there's ice everywhere. You're not going to have that remotely, but they did do a good job of, GoFest from home and the Kanto Tour of saying, all right, we're going to have hourly rotating habitats. You still got the feel of it. So my question is, do you think that these bigger IRL events will help smaller events like Community Day? What can they learn to improve on Community Day? Because I don't think anything besides the actual GoFest itself is going to have the big constructed habitats and stages and all that kind of shit. Like, I don't know. I just don't know what to expect. Maybe I'm too ambitious.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. And how many events, IRL events, is too many? Like 3 Safari Zones a year plus GoFest, is that adequate or is that too little? Is that too much?
Uh, Probably too
You think
little.
you think they're going to bring back the tour event? Like, so we would have 3 Safari Zones, because there was other cities that were found in the code that, with COVID and everything, they never even were announced. I think there was some other cities in there, but if we have 3 Safari Zones plus GoFest, that's 4 plus. I guess GoFest is going to, it's not necessarily at the same time, but they're going to be taking place in different areas. And then you have the tour event, so maybe it's Johto Tour or something like that. I don't know. Five destination events a year, 5-6 events. I don't know. There's just so many open ends. I'm just so intrigued because we haven't had these conversations or even really thought about this in the last 2 years because of fucking COVID. So now that we have the chance to do IRL events again, it's like, well, how do we do it? What do we want? How do we want these events to roll out? Because, everybody does play differently. So I don't know. Let us know. Write in, email us, info@luredup.com. Hit us up on socials. What do you expect from IRL events? What would make it worth it to you? Is it the aesthetic of what they have set up? Is it spawn based, or is it really just about getting together with friends? Like, I don't know. I think it honestly has to hit on all of those points. Obviously it's about the people, but the spawns have to kick ass. The event has to kick ass. But we've also seen very successful community days that don't have any of the physical stuff. So it's like, what can we learn here? Like, what can Niantic learn? How do we improve on community days based on what we've seen with success in these larger scale IRL events? I don't know. Oh, and how much notice do you think they need to give us? Because there was very, very short notice on these Safari Zones, like real short notice.
I think a few months at the very least.
Right? Like, they got to give you, if you think about it, people might only get 1 vacation a year or 0 vacations a year. Like, it really does require a significant amount of planning if you plan on traveling and being out of town for a week. It takes a lot. It takes a lot out of you. So, yeah, I maybe they at the start of every season they could potentially announce the next IRL event that would be late in that season or even early in the following season. I don't know. I do agree that they should be giving us way more heads up to allow the people that are going to travel or can travel the ability to plan properly. But I don't know, man. I'm just excited for IRL events to come back. I just want them to run well. And by the way, absolutely no problems with connectivity. There was like cell on wheels and extenders all throughout the park. Everywhere you look.
The only time that the game had any issue at all, and I wouldn't even call it an issue because it could have just been like my phone, but the game actually just kind of like crashed when I was getting ready to catch a Darkrai. But that is the only time anything happened. Other than that, everything was 100% excellent.
Yeah, that was probably isolated for you because I didn't notice any degradation in performance of the game at all. Like, it was flawless. And we didn't even talk about this, but I was running Pikmin Bloom the whole time as well. And by the way, I fucking love that game. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I love it. I can't stop playing it. I keep checking in with it. But it's like the perfect background companion to Pigo because you could play that game very passively. I absolutely love it. The park looked amazing. It's on our social. I posted a picture of what the park looked like, completely flowered up from Pikmin, Fairmount Park in Philly. But I don't know. I just, if I'm traveling somewhere, I want there to be more entertainment from the event itself. Give me characters. Give me the like Pikachu. What's the Japanese event? Where all the Pikachus line up and do like the little waddle in parade, the Pikachu takeover thing or whatever it's called.
I don't know.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yes.
Like where they're all lined up. Like there was
yeah.
Eevees
My mom
last
sent
year
me a
too.
picture. Now you can have Pokemon weddings, and there's like a bride and a groom Pikachu that come to your wedding.
All of a sudden, you mean like this hasn't been a thing before?
I don't know. My mom sent me a picture today, and she's like, "Isn't this so cute?"
Yeah, I think your
Shout
mom's
out to
trying to
Grandma
tell you
Tuttle.
something. I think don't show Chanel.
I'm sure she already sent it to her.
Oh no. Oh, but Adam, that's a show. That's a show, man. What a week. What a fucking week. I'm tired, dude. I'm really tired.
Yeah, you should get some sleep.
I do. I have to be up in 6 hours. So,
You
it's
got
just the way it
this.
goes.
You got this.
Of course I got this, man. I'm a fucking hustler, baby. I'm a hustler, baby. Doesn't mean I ain't tired, though. But before we go, I do want to give a shout out to our show supporter tier patrons: Ace Trainers, Adrock, Alex, Andrew, Brian, Chad, Carol, Chris, Cody, David, Eric, Garrett, G-Stacks87, Griggle788, Harry, Heracross Boss, James, Jason, J. Mackle, Justin, Ken, Lady Goobly Meat, Malcolm, MD, M. Pitts, PokeNabBot, Purple, Pancakes, Ricky, Sam, Smeatwad, Steven, Winston, Woodwoos, Wolf, and Zachary. Thank you all for your support so incredibly much. Like I said earlier, you can email us, info@luredup.com. Just check out the website, PokemonProfessor.com, for everything we have going on between all our shows. And 732-835-8639 is the number to text us or leave us a voicemail or send us a picture or video. Hook up with us. We'd love to hear from you. Love to hear your feedback on Philly if you were there, or even if you played remotely. What could have made the event better or worse? Give us. Love to hear your feedback. So definitely hit us up. But Adam, I think that's it.
I think that's it.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate your support. Keep training trainers. We'll see you next week.